Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Jorge Espinoza. Welcome to this forum number 2 of academic writing, where we're going to be reviewing some important topic. So let's start. The topic for today is sentence problems. We're going to review what are they, we're going to review some examples, and we're going to review some easy solutions to understand so that we can improve when it comes to our academic writing. In order for us to introduce this topic, we first need to understand what is a sentence. A sentence is a set of words that is complete in itself, typically containing a subject and a predicate, conveying a statement, a question, an exclamation, or a command, and consisting of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. When it comes to academic writing, unfortunately, we come across a lot of problems, and sometimes we don't know how to structure a sentence properly. There's certain rules that we need to follow in order for us to improve our academic writing, in which if we don't know these rules, we can come across some problems. There are 4 types of sentence problems, but what are they? Let's see. The 4 types of sentence problems that we come across in academic writing are sentence fragments, the run-on sentences and comma splices, choppy sentences, and stringy sentences. Let's review them one by one. Sentence fragments. A sentence fragment is a group of words that looks like a sentence, but actually it isn't a complete sentence. Sentence fragments are usually missing a subject or verb, or they do not express a complete thought. While it may be punctuated to look like a complete sentence, a fragment cannot stand on its own. That's why it's called a fragment, because it's not a complete sentence. But let's see some examples. There's about a couple, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of mistakes that we do when it comes to sentence fragments, and these are when the subject is missing. Example, ran to the store faster than a rabbit. Who ran? The subject is missing. When it's missing a verb, or it has a wrong verb form. My favorite history teacher. What did the teacher do or say? It doesn't say. It's a leftover phrase. For the better or for worse. What's better or for worse? What is it modifying? It doesn't say. It's unclear. It's incomplete. It's an abandoned clause. When my mother married my father. What happened when my mother married my father? It doesn't explain. It's a misuse of such as, for example, especially, etc. When it comes to using these words, we have to be very specific of the type of examples we're going to be giving. In here, for example, such as, comma, my brother was practicing martial arts. It's unclear whether something happened to the brother while was practicing martial arts. So these are the more common types of problems when it comes to sentence fragments. However, luckily for us, today we're going to learn 3 ways on how to fix them. Let's see. The first one is attach. Attach the fragment to a nearby complete sentences. For example, I forgot to eat breakfast, on the morning of my driver's test. We correct this by saying, I forgot to eat breakfast on the morning of my driver's test. We eliminate the dot. Another example, if the front door is locked, use the back entrance. We correct this example by putting, if the front door is locked, comma, use the back entrance. So the fragment becomes a sentence by doing this. Revise. Revise the fragment by adding whatever is missing. A subject, a verb, a complete thought. An incorrect example. Loves to lie around the sun all day. The subject is missing. Who loves to be lying around? The correct form to say it is, my roommate's pug loves to lie around the sun all day. So we have the subject there. Another incorrect example. Joe to train every day. The verb is missing, but also the verb form is wrongly used. Because what does Joe does what every day? The correct form, Joe trains every day for the marathon next month, or Joe is training every day for the marathon next month. In here, we corrected the verb form as well, as we, at the same time, we are explaining and specifying what he is doing every day. Rewrite. Rewrite the fragment or the entire passage that contains the fragment. An incorrect example. Our new landlord was expected to make changes, such as fixing the plumbing, comma, installing a new washer and replacing the security gate, dot, has not done any of it yet and weeks have passed. In here, the sentence, it's kind of confusing, it's not clear, it's kind of fragmented in many pieces. So we do this we have to rewrite our sentence by doing this. Our new landlord was expected to make changes, comma, such as fixing the plumbing, comma, installing a new washer, comma, and replacing the security gate lock, dot, weeks have passed, comma, and still has not done any of it. As you can see, the sentence, the paragraph looks much better, the sentence looks much clearer, the meaning sounds better, and it looks much more elegant overall. The next type of sentence problem is run-on sentences and comma splices. A run-on sentence occurs when two or more complete sentences, independent clauses, are joined together with no punctuation. For example, Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages. His art became famous after his death in 1972. What's the problem here? There's no punctuation. There's two long independent clauses that are not joined together. We fix this in a second, we're gonna see. But let's see what's the comma splice. A comma splice occurs when two or more complete sentences are joined only with a comma, which is not enough punctuation. Example, Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, comma, his art became more famous after his death in 1972. Like I said, this is not enough punctuation. So let's see the possible solution. We can solve these problems by adding a period and a capital letter. For example, Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, dot, his art became famous after his death in 1972. In here we added a period and a capital letter. So you can see it looks much more elegant, much more organized, and better overall. We can also fix this by adding a comma or a coordinating conjunction. Add a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions are easy to remember. Remember the fanboys, which are the 7 words, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, but in here we use one of the fanboys. His art became more famous after his death in 1972. A third option, we can add a semicolon. Adding a semicolon, the sentences are closely related. For example, Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, semicolon, his art became famous after his death in 1972. The fourth way, by adding a transitional word. Add a semicolon and a conjunctive adverb, also known as a transitional word. When using traditional word, the comma should be replaced immediately after the transition. Let's see. Joseph Cornell was an American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, semicolon, however, comma, his art became more famous after his death in 1972. Even the meaning takes more sense when we fix these problems. We can also deal with this problem by adding a subordinating conjunction. Add a subordinating conjunction, also known as a dependent word, to the beginning or the middle of the sentence. Even though Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist known for his shadow boxes and collages, comma, his artwork became more famous after his death in 1972. In here, we fix the sentence by adding even though at the beginning of the sentence. The next example, we have Joseph Cornell was an innovative American artist because he used objects and items most people would throw away in his work. In this example, the comma is removed when the conjunction because is added to the middle of the sentence. So these are the 5 ways how we can know how to deal with run-on sentences and comma splices. Let's go for the third problem, which is choppy sentences. Choppy sentences are 2 short sentences which come together. Words are repeated, they are tedious and hard to understand. How do we fix choppy sentences? We revise choppy sentences by using coordination, subcoordination, and embedding to combine them with adjacent sentences. Use coordination. Coordination pairs similar elements, words, phrases, clauses, giving equal weight to each. We can use coordinations such as and, but, nor, yet, for. We can use a subcoordination, place the more important idea in the independent clause and a less important one in the dependent clause. We can use after, although, as if, as long as, etc. Or we can also use embedding. Embedding is the working of additional words and phrases into a sentence. Let's see some examples. Choppy sentence. I like dogs, dogs make good pets, you see, so there's a lot of fragments there. It's two short sentences, very short. They are like many, so let's join them together. I like dogs because they are good pets, they are friendly and loyal. Another example of choppy sentence. Vegetables taste good, vegetables are easy to prepare, vegetables are good for health. Again, two short sentences. The way how we fix them, vegetables taste good and are easy to prepare and they are good for health. Another example of choppy sentences. Wind is an enduring source of power, water is also a limited energy source, dams produce hydraulic power, they have existed for a long time, windmills are relatively new. In here we're gonna add an embedding and a conjunction. We use both wind and water are enduring sources of power, dams have produced hydraulic power for a long time, but windmills are relatively new. And now we're gonna see the last type of stringy sentences. A stringy sentence is made up of several complete thoughts strung together with words like and, so, or but. And sometimes because it often results from writing the way you speak, you going on and on like a string without an end. To fix a stringy sentence, we can break the sentence into two or more sentences, or we can turn to some of the thoughts into phrases or subordinate clauses. Let's see some examples. An example of stringy sentences. My best friend's name is Buddha and he lives next door, and so we do many things together. A way to fix this: my best friend's name is Buddha. He lives next door, we do many things together. Or my best friend is Buddha, comma, and he lives next door, we do many things together. Another example of stringy sentence. I try to teach my friend things and he keeps forgetting and I feel bad because he's always helping me. A revised way is I try to teach my friends things, he keeps forgetting, I feel bad because he's always helping me. Another revised way is I try to teach my friends things, comma, and he keeps forgetting, I feel bad because he's always helping me. Another example of stringy sentence is many students attended classes all morning when we work afternoon, and they also have to study at night, comma, and they are usually exhausted by the weekend. That's an example of stringy sentences. The revised way is many students attend classes all morning and they work all afternoon. They also have to study at night, comma, they are usually exhausted by the weekend. So as you can see, these are some easy ways how to fix stringy sentences, because it's really important to structure a sentence in a way that is much more clearer, is much more paused, and it's very important to know what to use if we use the right punctuation, where to put the comma, where to make the pause, so you can even pronounce the word better. So these are some of the suggestions when it comes to academic writing. In order for you to know what to write, it's very important that you know these rules. Keep in mind that when it comes to academic writing, there's a lot of things that you need to become aware of if you want to improve your writing, and if you want to have a successful essay or a successful presentation. You need to know these rules and become try to practice as much as you can. Become familiar with it. Practice. Remember that the more you practice, the better you're gonna get, and eventually you will succeed. Thank you so much for joining me in this presentation, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.